right, day 2 of word problems. We're going to pick up right where we left off. We have another perimeter question. I'm going to do 13 with you. You are going to be responsible for number 12 today, okay? So number 13, we have the length of a rectangle. It's 5 less than twice the width. If the perimeter is 56, find the dimension. So again, we start by defining the variable. We don't know what the width is, so that's where we're going to start. So let x equal width, okay? And then the length is going to be 5 less than twice the width. So twice the width would be written as 2x, 2 times the width. 5 less than that is minus 5. It cannot be written the other way around. It has to be written 2x minus 5. It cannot be 5 minus 2x. Okay, that's subtraction is not part of the commutative rule. So 2x minus 5 is how that must be written. All right. We know that the perimeter is 56. So again, we're using that same formula. P equals side 1 plus side 2 plus side 3 plus side 4. So we're going to plug in perimeter is 56. The first side is x. The second side is the same. The third side is 2x minus 5. And the fourth side is the same. And now we combine like terms to simplify. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 x's. A negative 5 and a negative 5 is a minus 10. And then we have a simple two-step equation we can solve. So we add 10. We get 66 is equal to 6x. We divide by 6, and we find that x is equal to 11. X is the width. Now to find the length, we plug that in. 2 times 11 minus 5. That's 22 minus 5, which is 17. Okay? So we have found that the width is 11, and what is our unit here? Inches. And the length is 17 inches. All right, and so that's our defining the answer. So you're going to do number 12. It's very similar to that one on your own. Okay? All right, so that kind of wraps up where we were yesterday. Now, we're going to start a new section today. This is called consecutive numbers. So in order to answer this, we have to know what a consecutive word is, or what the word consecutive means. So a consecutive number is a number that comes one after the other. So consecutive means one after another. Okay, consecutive numbers, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, those are all consecutive numbers. They come one after another. All right, so for example, 3, 4, 5, and so on, those are consecutive numbers. So if we wanted to represent those, starting with the first number, we would use x. To find the second number, we would say x plus 1 because the next number is 1 more than the first number. To find that third number, we would add 2 because 5 is 2 more than the first number. So x plus 1, x plus 2. Okay, that's how we would represent in variables consecutive numbers. All right, then we look at even numbers. Okay, remember even numbers are numbers like 2, 4, 6, and if they're consecutive, then they have to be one after the other. So 2, 4, 6, and so on. To represent those, we start with the first number being x. We don't know what it is. To find the second number, we add 2 to x because 2 plus 2 is 4. But to find the third number, to go from 2 to 6, we have to add 4 to x, okay? And so on. So the next number, we would have to add 6 to x to get the next one. To get the next one, we have to add 8. To get the next one, we have to add 10, okay? And so that's how we work with consecutive even numbers in terms of variables, all right? If we're talking about consecutive odd numbers, these are numbers like 1, 3, 5, and so on. So if we don't know what the first number is, we just call it x. If we don't know what the second number is, to get from 1 to 3, we still had to add 2, Okay, we're still skip counting by 2, so don't get confused here just because we switched from evens to odds. You're still increasing by 2 here. And then the third part here, to get from 1 to 5, we are adding 4. All right, and then you would keep going. The next set you would add 6, the next one you would add 8, and so on. Okay, so I'm going to skip this first one because the second one is very similar. So we're going to actually start with number 15 together, and you're going to do 14 and 16 on this page. Okay, so starting with 15, the sum, here we go with sum again, of 2 consecutive numbers is 85, and we are looking for the numbers. So I know that there are 2 numbers. They go back to back. Okay, so we're talking about numbers like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 2 of them, and if we add them together, we get 85. So we're going to start with the first number. We don't know anything about it, so let x equal the first consecutive number. Okay, I'm going to use a pound sign to represent number. All right, to find the second number, I would add 1 to the first number to find out the next consecutive number. So let x plus 1 equal the second consecutive number. All right, so that's the 2 pieces of information that we need, x and x plus 1. Now the sum of them, we need to create an equation. So the sum of them, so again, we're adding, just like we were yesterday. So the first number, x, plus the second number, x plus 1, is equal to, and it tells us that the sum is equal to 85. So we're just going to solve this equation. We combine our like terms. We subtract 1. We divide by 2. And the first number we find is 42. And so the next consecutive number to come after 42 would be 42 plus 1, which is 43. And if I add those 2 numbers together, I get 85, and they are consecutive. So those are the 2 numbers that I'm looking for. So find the numbers. The 2 consecutive numbers are 42 and 43. Okay, those are the numbers that we're looking for. So you're going to do 14 just like that. 16, you're looking for consecutive even numbers, so just be careful about that, okay? And we're going to do number 17 together, okay? So number 17 is the sum of 2 consecutive odd numbers, okay? So we're going to start with the first number. Let x equal the first consecutive odd number. And then to get to that second number, okay, so let's think odd numbers, 1, 3, 5, 7, and so on. To get from 1 to the next number, I have to add 2. So let x plus 2 equal the second consecutive odd number. All right, so now we have the variables defined, and we need to create the equation. So we have the sum of 2 numbers. So we're going to add the first number, x, and the second number, x plus 2. And we know that they're equal to 128. And so now we're just going to solve. Combine our like terms, subtract, divide by 2. And we come up with 63. 63 is an odd number, so that starting point is good. To find the next consecutive odd number, we would add 2, which is 65. So 2 consecutive odd numbers, 63, 65. If you add them together, you should get 128, which we do. So these 2 numbers work. So the 2 consecutive odd numbers are 63 and 65. Okay, and you're going to continue that pattern just like that to do the even numbers for number 16 and number 18. So now number 19, let's do one more here. So the sum of 3 consecutive odd numbers is 57. So here we're dealing with 3. Be careful, there are 3 consecutive odd numbers. So we start with the first one. Let x equal the first consecutive odd number. To get to the second one, we add 2. We know that from the previous question. Now, to get to the third number, so from 1 to 5, to start from the first number to get to the third one, we would add 4. So that's what we're going to do down here. We're going to, x plus 4 is going to give us the third consecutive odd number. Okay, so now we're going to add, because it says the sum is 57. So we're going to add the first number, x, plus the second number, x plus 2, plus the third number, x plus 4, and those are going to equal 57. Now we just combine our like terms and solve the equation. So 1, 2, 3, 3 x's, 2 and 4 is 6, and we have 57. Subtract the 6, 3x is equal to 51. Divide by 3, and we find that x is equal to 17. Okay, so the first number is 17. To find the next one, I add 2, and I get 19. And to find the third one, I add 4 to that 17, and I get 21. So I have 17, 19, and 21. They are consecutive. They are odd. If you add them together, you get 57. So these are the 3 numbers that we're looking for. The 3 consecutive odd numbers are 17, 19, and 21. Okay, and you'll do the same thing again there on number 20. Very similar. All right, so now, last one we're going to talk through is number 21. I'm going to start you with this one, and you are going to finish it, okay? So we're going to start it, you're going to finish it. Make sure that you don't forget to finish this one, all right? So cross country, the team score is determined by the place each individual runner finishes. So for example, first place is 1 point, 16th place is 16 points. So in their latest meet, the boys cross country team scored 55 points. If there are 5 runners on the team and each runner finished one after another, that means consecutive, what places did they each come in? So we are looking for 5 consecutive numbers. So let x equal the first runner. The next one would be x plus 1 to equal the second runner. The third one is going to be x plus 2. Okay, we're going consecutive. That's the third runner. X plus 3 is the fourth runner. And x plus 4 is the fifth runner. And we know that they have a total score of 55 points. So we're going to add first runner plus the second runner's score plus the third runner's score plus the fourth runner's score plus the fifth runner's score to total 55 points. Okay, so plug those values in, combine your like terms and solve, and then don't forget to define your answer. Okay, so you're going to finish this one. So here are your instructions for today. All right, today you are doing number 12. Okay, it's another perimeter question just like yesterday. Then you're going to do 14 and 16, 18 and 20, and then finish question 21. Okay, when you're finished, you can send those to me. I'll be happy to check your answers. If you're in class with me, we'll be checking those either at the end of class or tomorrow. So make sure that you get these completed. And remember, we have one more section, and then you will have a test next week. So be prepared for that. If you have questions, make sure that you're asking them. All right, send me anything that you have questions about.